He fell in love with her, and this happened. Let's find out together. Kindly subscribe to this channel to get more of our latest movies. The movie begins with a lady named Divine, who is out for soul winning. She approaches a lady who hasn't been consistent in attending church services and rebukes her, leaving the lady displeased. Why was Divine so harsh with her? Was it frustration or genuine concern? Later, Divine approaches a group of ladies to preach to them, but instead ends up harassing them because of their dressing and appearance. Is Divine's approach helping or driving people away from the faith? Meanwhile, in the same community, a man named Patrick, popularly called Pato, a known nuisance in the neighborhood, roams the streets. His boys harass a guy simply because he is dating a lady Pato likes. Why is Pato allowed to terrorize the community without consequences? Another day, Divine returns home and meets her roommate complaining about a man she had an affair with. Divine tries to preach to her and condemn her ungodly lifestyle. But they end up exchanging harsh words. Is Divine's method of correction too confrontational? The following day, Pato's mother calls him home because his father is seriously ill. Later that day, Juliana dresses up to go out. Divine stops her, criticizing her outfit for not being decent. She continues preaching and condemning her worldly lifestyle, but Juliana ignores her and leaves. Will Divine ever realize her approach may be pushing people away? The next day, Pato spots a lady and orders his boys to bring her to him. They do, and the terrified lady panics. Pato threatens her, telling her to meet him at a hotel before letting her go. How far will Pato go before someone stops him? Meanwhile, Divine continues her evangelism and meets a church sister who stopped attending church. Divine forcefully prays for her and the man she is with, and they leave irritated. Determined, Divine even goes as far as preaching to thugs in the area. As she walks away, Pato sees her and becomes interested in her. His boys bet $200,000 that Divine would never agree to be with him. At that moment, Pato's mother calls to inform him of his father's death. He is reluctant, but she warns him about what he stands to lose if he doesn't return home. He promises to think about it. The next day, Pato and his boys go looking for Divine. Her frightened roommate tells them she is at church. They leave a message. When Divine returns moments later, Juliana refuses to let her enter the room. After Divine explains what happened in church, Juliana tells her about Pato's visit, but Divine has no idea who he is. She even suggests that maybe the thug wants to turn a new leaf, then goes inside. Is Divine being naive about the danger, or is she guided by faith? Meanwhile, the family lawyer meets with Pato's mother about the will. If Patrick doesn't show up at the funeral or change his lifestyle, they might lose everything. She reassures him that she has it under control. Will Pato really risk losing his inheritance over stubbornness? Later the next day, Pato waits for Divine and grabs her aside. When she realizes he is the person Juliana told her about, he expresses his love for her and says he doesn't want a stressful process. But Divine redirects his love toward God. He warns her to comply and leaves. Will Divine's rejection push Pato toward change or provoke him even more? Another day, Pato and his gang stopped Divine on the road. She told him to come to church if he wanted to be born again, but he instructed her to come to his house and preach to him instead. Then he left with his gang. One day, Pato came to Divine's house, and this time he made it clear that no girl had ever said no to him. He warned her that if she refused to date him, he would make her life miserable. Then he left. But Divine was not shaken because she trusted in her God. Later, Pato's boys stopped Juliana, threatened her, and gave her Pato's message. She must come with her friend that evening or she would not like what would happen. Then they left. That same day, Juliana had to send Divine out of her house because she believed Divine was bringing trouble to her. Yet Divine, still confident in her beliefs, did not beg. She even bragged that she was the peace in Juliana's life before leaving. One of the church members wanted to help Divine but didn't trust her husband around another woman. Still, she told Divine about an opportunity, a woman who had just lost her husband and needed help around the house, offering accommodation. Since Divine had no other choice, she accepted. When Divine arrived at Patrick's mother's house, she was warmly welcomed. Patrick's mother expressed her condolences for the loss of Divine's parents, then showed her to her room and left. Divine began to praise God because the room was large and comfortable. That weekend, Pato's boys came looking for Divine, only for Juliana to tell them she had no idea where Divine was. Pato was on a call at the moment and told his boys he needed the girl because he had less than 3 weeks. After ending the call, they collected Juliana's phone and left. Juliana began to worry about what Divine had gotten herself into. Later that day, Pato was on a video call with his mother. While they were talking, he suddenly saw Divine in the background of the camera and immediately ended the call. What do you think will happen next, now that Patrick, has seen Divine in his mother's house? Well, let's find out together. The next day, Divine opened the door and found Pato standing there. She begged him to leave because she didn't want to lose her job. But to her surprise, her madam arrived, welcomed Patrick, and introduced him to the maid. Then they all went inside. Later that day, Patrick came to Divine's room. He made his intentions clear. He wanted to sleep with her because he had never been with a born-again Christian. As he tried to force himself on her, she ran away. The next morning, while Patrick's mother was explaining the details of his father's will, Patrick asked about Divine's cooking. He told his mother he was on a mission and wasn't fit for the kind of life she wanted for him. Later that night, while Divine was watching a movie, Patrick came to her and told her that his father had also been a pastor, but still committed sins that led to 4 children outside of marriage. He continued speaking as the moment grew more intense. The next morning, Patrick's mother was very hurt. When Divine came to her, she pleaded with her to help convert her son. But Divine explained that Patrick's case would be very difficult. Still, Divine decided on her own to do what she could to help change him. Another day, while Divine was cleaning the house, Patrick passed behind her and touched her butt. She screamed and rebuked him immediately, but he didn't care about what she said. Patrick was on a call with his gang, who told him to give up because he had less than 2 weeks left to sleep with Divine due to their bet. But Patrick refused to give up. That night, Patrick wanted Divine to massage his back, but she refused and left the room. Another night, Patrick was enjoying himself when Divine quietly came in and took his drink and everything else away. The next morning, Divine avoided speaking to Patrick. She tried to encourage him to look presentable, but he reminded her of who he was and told her not to forget it. As he held her, she became frightened and ran to her room. Another night, Divine came to preach to Patrick, but he angrily sent her away. On a Sunday morning, Divine prepared breakfast for Patrick's mother. Patrick went outside and started smoking and drinking. Divine came to remind him that they were all going to church together and that she was waiting for him. Then she left. Patrick then received a call from his gang, telling him to send their money because time was running out. But Patrick, determined to achieve something different, decided to go to church. His mother and Divine were shocked as the moment unfolded. That night, while Divine was reading her Bible, her madam came to thank her for what she had done and encouraged her to continue. The next morning, Patrick joined Divine while she was cleaning and even sang along with her, which shocked her. Another day, Divine helped remove the logo from his head before he went out. The next day, Patrick joined her in studying the Bible, and his mother was very happy about it. After studying for some time, Patrick dressed like a normal person, and his mother was overjoyed by his transformation. Another day, Patrick told Divine the story of how harsh his father had been. She told him how she came to the city to build her life. But the friend she stayed with tried to introduce her to things that clashed with her faith. She refused and was grateful that the friend did not throw her out. They enjoyed the moment together. Soon after, Patrick bought a dress for Divine, and from that day on, Patrick and Divine began going to church together. One day, Patrick went to the ghetto and preached to his gang, urging them to follow Christ as he did and give their lives to God. They agreed. Patrick and Divine came home after church, discussing the things of God. Another day, the lawyer came to see Patrick and his mother. When Divine came to call Patrick, he looked worried because he was about to take over a church he didn't feel prepared for. Divine encouraged him, calling him Pastor Patrick. He then went to sign the necessary documents with the lawyer. Another day, Patrick and Divine prayed together, but it was tough for Patrick because he wasn't used to that kind of lifestyle. Months passed. One morning, Divine and Patrick were about to leave for service when Patrick thanked her for how far she had brought him. Then they left together for church as the moment went by. So guys, if you enjoyed this movie, kindly subscribe to this channel to get more of our latest movies.